Welcome to day 8, where we look at API and database. Now we connect everything that is user, API, Lambda, and database. So part 1 of this is we create a DynamoDB table. So select DynamoDB, come to DynamoDB, and click on create table. And we will call this users table. And partition key, we call it user ID. And click on create. So we are creating a table, users, with partition key as user ID. Let's wait for that table created and click on the table. And from this menu, click on create item and click on JSON view. So here we have the data to be entered is available here, user ID 1, and we will put a comma and add name, colon, string. Okay. This way we can add an item. So now if you see, we have user ID and name appearing there in the data. So we created a DynamoDB table and used JSON to add an item. Now let's connect Lambda to this DynamoDB. We will attach a role to Lambda. So in this Lambda function, click on configuration for our Lambda function, click on permissions, you will see execution log. And then we click on this role name, which will open the role edit page. Then click on add permissions and attach policies and click on AWS DynamoDB full access. Okay, so that has been done. So that is done. So now our Lambda function has DynamoDB access. So we will come back to our Lambda function. Click on code. Here is our code. So here what we will need to do is import Boto3, which is AWS SDK Python library, import Boto3, import JSON is already there. Then we need a line to connect to our DynamoDB. So here DynamoDB is Boto resource Boto3 resource DynamoDB, then table, we are providing our table name. Okay, so this Lambda function has access to the DynamoDB table. Then what we will do is, inside our function, we can create a variable, a response equal to table, which is our user table, table dot scan, which gets all the values, table dot scan. And in the body, JSON dumps instead of hello Lambda from Sri, what we will do, we will remove this and we will response, okay, within square bracket, items, JSON dumps response items. We will also print this so that in the logs we can see this. Essentially, what we are doing is we are connecting the Lambda function with our DynamoDB. Okay, click on deploy. Okay, there is a syntax error. So here, this line, I forgot to add a closing bracket. Okay. Clicking deploying. And we will open CloudWatch. Click on logs. Let's select our region. We have to select the correct region to see the log. So here is our log. We will select live tail, and we will test our function. Okay, it succeeded. See here, name Sri, the response, and here Lambda triggered by Sri, name Sri. This is the DynamoDB item it fetched. Clear? So what we will do is we will add one more item to DynamoDB. Open in a new tab. Tables, users, action, create item, a partition key, JSON view. We will give user ID 2 and we'll create one more item. Name India. Okay. Create item. Item saved successfully. Now let's execute our Lambda function again and look at the CloudWatch log. Live tail. See here. Name India, user ID 2. So that completes this section where we connect Lambda to DynamoDB. Now we will create an API endpoint. So let's open API gateway, open in another tab. We will create an HTTP API endpoint. Okay. Click on build. We will call it test and click on add integration. And select Lambda from there. Region is our AP South region. Choose Lambda function. See, here is our hello Lambda function. And different versions of our functions are available. We are using version 2. Okay. Click next. And so we will need to add a root method get, and we can call it users. So when we call this API gateway with /users, we should get the users from the DynamoDB. Okay. Next, we don't need to do anything here. Click on create and click on deploy. Okay, stage. So we need to create a stage. Click on stage and create. We will call it beta and create. Call it beta. Create and deploy. So what we need to do is copy this URL and browse /users, and you will get this. From the command line also we can use curl method not found, because we need to add users. See this? If you pass it through JQ, you will see. Okay, so we can add one item to our DynamoDB. So this is the DynamoDB, and click on users, create item, JSON view, user ID say 3, and we call it name, Kerala, that is my state, create item. So we added a new item to DynamoDB. Let's call the API gateway endpoint. See here, our data has come. To summarize, we made the API endpoint live, connected it to Lambda, database working, full system is built. So the final architecture is user accessing API gateway, invokes the Lambda function which talks to the DynamoDB. So critical exam concepts, you must remember pre-signed URL for secure file access, temporary file access, Lambda for serverless compute, API gateway for public endpoint, DynamoDB query versus scan. You must explore the difference. And IAM role, and finally IAM role. Common mistakes: making S3 public unnecessarily, using scan instead of query. Scan is compute intensive. Always use query. Forgetting IAM permission is another mistake. Not checking logs. We saw how to check CloudWatch logs. And then hard coding secrets. So here is a mini challenge for you to try this. Add a new user via Lambda using table put item. I want you to try this yourself. You can use ChatGPT to get the syntax. So today we built a real backend system used in production. If you understand this flow, AWS becomes simple. In the next video, we will look at day 9 to day 12. These are quick reference videos. You will need to explore further to understand them in your own ways. Day 9 to day 12, we will see SQS, SNS, EventBridge, CI/CD basics. This is where scalable architecture begins. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.